Hi everybody, it's Kate Spencer with your energy forecast for April 2021. I am an intuitive, an energy worker, a writer. You can check out 12 lessons on Amazon, and I am also the founder of Life and Soul Academy, the links for which will be below this video. Please take a moment to subscribe and to hit the bell so you don't miss videos that I post in the future. I'm also a cat lover, and my ragdoll cat Fluff is mooching about just off camera looking for mischief, so he may end up joining us, so stay tuned for Fluff. So why am I here today? I'm here to talk to you about the energy of April 2021. I've spent some time meditating, tuning in and gathering my own thoughts and impressions of how we can navigate through this period of time in the best way possible. As always, only take what you need and what resonates with you. So I've made some little prompt cards here, and I'm going to start with the first one. And I've written new beginnings, new cycle and season, and the Tower. So if you're familiar with tarot, you will know what I mean by the Tower. The Tower is a card that literally has a tower on it, and it's being hit by lightning and everything is falling apart around the tower. It's literally crumbling, and this is a metaphor for the old paradigms, the old ways, the old behaviors, and the old structures that we are seeing fall apart in our world. It's about the old stuff that does not work. Now, I feel there's very much the recovery energy coming in April, so it feels like we've had that tower moment. And that's why I was drawn to that energy when I was tuning into the energy of April. But what comes after the tower has fallen? Once you're standing looking at the rubble, and I'm sure you've heard this before, things often fall apart so that they can fall together in a way that is better, or in the right way for us. So the idea here and the energy that I felt was one of us standing looking at the rubble, the aftermath of trauma and of big stuff, which is what we are all going through at the moment as a collective and as individuals, and finding a way to rebuild. The energy for April for me is all about rising up. It's about rebuilding. It's about that new cycle, that new season, the new growth. Everywhere I look, there are shoots coming through the soil, the birds are singing. It feels like the earth is regrouping and starting to grow again. And I feel like that is the energy that we are being encouraged to embrace as we look at the aftermath of the tower, and we look at maybe the big blocks that we need to move out of the way. What is it that's sabotaging us? What is blocking up the possibility of building for the future? What do we need to use as cornerstones? How do we need to dig those foundations? And how do we need to put things back together in ways that serve us? So it feels to me like an energy of coming out of the cocoon, being able to re-emerge, and also with the intention of rising up as we start a new cycle, a new season, and a new period in our lives, collectively and individually. I've also written card 2, what has fallen apart? What do you need to rebuild, and what is starting to grow? All questions that I felt were necessary for us to ask ourselves. So for you, what fell apart? And was it stuff that was always meant to fall apart? Is it going to benefit you that it fell apart? Is it time that it fell apart? And how is that going to help you in your life as you start to regroup, rebuild and rise up? What are the gifts in that? What do you need to rebuild? Where are you going to put your energy and your focus into growing new stuff, into new shoots that are growing, and new experiences, new opportunities, new aspects of you? What is starting to grow in your life? The third theme that I was given for April was one of illumination. So you think about illumination in terms of enlightenment, yes, agreed, but also this type of energy for me, I feel, was working out, and I've written this down, who is who and what is what. So that came through to me really, really clearly. Who is who and what is what? What are the core essences of people and situations that we are being shown? There is an energy here of highlighting what is at the center of things. There's a truth energy a feeling that the veil is being lifted, a feeling that we're being able, after this great big rumble and this tower moment, of being able to look at what is real and what isn't. It's about getting out of illusion and about being able to observe, but without judgment. And that's tricky when you've got a human ego and when you've got a personality, of course. But we are being encouraged to really look at who is who and what people are about, and also what situations are about. So what is the truth of them? What is the intention? And what is the energy of them? And also within ourselves as well. And there's a message here about being congruent. Are you being congruent with who you are? Are you behaving and living into those core values that you've got? Because as the energy of illumination starts to rise, then we're all pushed into the spotlight, and it's time to really walk your talk. So observe without judgment, and that can lead to changes and shifts. What I like to call it is your consideration pile. So once you've observed and once you've seen the energy in situations and in people, sometimes our consideration pile is then stacked with information that may lead us to make changes in our lives. And those changes might be that we want to go deeper into relationships, that we want more connection, that we want more time on a project or situation, that we want to serve more. Or it might be that we don't feel aligned and that we want to either change ourselves or seek change in a situation in order to feel more aligned. Or it might be that we need to move away from something. So when you observe without judgment, know that that is going to lead you to stack this consideration pile. Then after that, there's a process of discernment. What do you need to do? And also, doing nothing is valid as well. Waiting and treading water, but also knowing that things are evolving and changing. So that energy of truth and illumination may well lead you to creating some change in your life. And I think as humans, we're really scared of change because it's uncertain and we don't like it. But the message here is to trust your gut, is to really get into the energy of knowing that the universe has your back and hold that overarching intention that all is well. Because when you can really, really line up with the feeling that all is well and that the universe has got your back, as things do start to shift and change in your life, and that is part of the human condition, you can start to let go of fear, and you can trust that you are being lined up with the right people, the right situations, and the right opportunities. Also know that this is not just you, this energy is occurring for all of us. So it might be that you are exercising discernment and choice in your own life, but so are other people, which means that that could lead to shifts within your situation, where people decide that they may want more connection with you and more of your time and energy, and they might decide that they want shifts at work or in a situation that you're involved in or in the family dynamic. And just because you're aware of this happening doesn't mean that it's not happening for other people too. It's the energy that is around us at the minute. And of course, we all have free will, but these are the themes that I feel are coming up for April to support transition and change, and in order to align us with our highest and greatest good. The next one is Aries energy. This is coming in and it's Mars, fire and action energy. I'm an Aries, so I like this kind of energy. Anyone who knows me personally will know I'm great at starting projects. I'm not good at detail and following them through, and I often need help with that. But I'm really fiery, very action orientated, really big thinker, want to get things done. And this is the energy that you can harness during the month of April. So as the new moon comes in, and that is on the 11th, it's time to seed in your intentions for the month. It's time for you to use that fire energy to transmute anything that might hold you back. So you can literally use that fire energy in terms of creating a burn list, if you've ever done that. All of the stuff that you want to get rid of, that you want to release, that you want to drop, you can write it down on that burn list. And if you don't specifically know what that energy is for you, what it is you actually want to get rid of in your life, You can use a blanket intention and you can say anything that does not serve me. Fold it up, hold it over your heart, take it outside and burn it, with the intention, with that lovely new moon energy on the 11th, that you are releasing what does not serve you in order to clear the decks and to be able to seed in your intentions. And then it's time to name and claim those intentions and start to align with them. But remember that the Aries energy is about action. So what is it that you're going to need to do in order to nurture those little shoots that are coming through the soil that we've already talked about in terms of the aftermath of that tower moment? What do you need to do in order to move towards your dreams? It's a very action orientated month. So clear the decks and then decide what you need to do. The other thing that you can consider is invoking the violet flame. Now, if you're not woo, this won't be for you. Do you like what I did there? Maybe not. The violet flame is an energy that transmutes old stuck stuff and raises vibration. The keeper of the violet flame is called Saint Germain, and he is one of the ascended masters, and you can call for him to blaze his violet flame through situations, through your energy body, through a space, through a different time in your life. It's massively transformational. And if you can't use an actual fire, you can do that, or you could do both if you chose to. So what else have we got? We've got an energy of expansion coming in as well. This is something that I picked up, and I think after the new moon is going to be the time when we mostly feel it. The energy of expansion, not just conscious expansion. We talk about that a lot, and meditation, living consciously, of course, they are super relevant. This particularly though, I feel is about human expansion. It's about expanding your human experience. What is it that your soul is calling you to do that's new, that's different, that will expand that experience bank, that will bring you joy, that will help you to grow, that will connect you to different people? That energy of expansion is going to be with us. And I would really encourage you to get into your heart and into your gut feeling and ask what it is that you're being called to do. So it might be a hobby, it might be a new connection, it might be to learn something, it might be to change jobs, could be to start a new habit. What is it that your human self is being asked to try in order to expand? Name it, claim it, and remember, the Aries and Mars energy is about taking action towards that, isn't it? The full moon is on April the 26th, and as we work with our action steps, we've planted our seeds, and then we work with our action steps towards that full moon on April the 26th. This is called the pink moon, and it's also called the egg moon and the fish moon and other names as well. But the pink moon is because of the phlox that grows in North America, would you believe, and the beautiful pink colour. And that marks the beginning of spring, the beginning of a new cycle, the beginning of rebirth and of growth. So it's a time for bringing all of those intentions into stability, into permanence. There's a really earthy, grounded feeling I feel about April, and I feel that's because of everything that's happening in the soil and on the earth. As things do start to grow, it feels like the earth is coming back to life, and it feels like we are being asked to harness that too. So I hope that's helped, and I hope that you have an amazing month in April. And please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, all of that jazz. And also you can visit me on Facebook if you want to. It's just Kate Spencer, and it would be lovely to connect with you there. Also, please pick up something free from my website. There'll be a link of resources down there, and I wish you well. Have a great month. Lots of love. Goodbye.